Hey YouTube, B7 Tac here. I'm going to show you a modification that I've done to the grip of my everyday carry Benchmade Griptilian 551. This is a full-size version, sporting the 154 cm plain edge. This has been a great knife, excellent edge retention. Really can't say enough about it. Very durable, very strong, very corrosion resistant, and this knife works hard for me. I'm not afraid to use it. The one good thing about the Benchmade Griptilian is you're getting a Benchmade, but you're not paying the $200 price tag. I find that when I get a knife like that, I have a hard time using it. My CQ7 Emerson, loved the knife to death. Carry it every once in a while, but I take it too easy on that knife, just because it's got a higher price tag. This one I've not been afraid to use, and it's been awesome. Now, what I'm going to show you is a grip modification that, in my opinion, makes the knife a little more functional. I wasn't real happy with the checkered, molded-in pattern that comes with the Griptilian, and where I started to notice that I wasn't real happy with this is, well, let me preface it by saying this first. I take this knife jogging with me. I know that sounds kind of weird. But down here in Florida, it gets so hot, especially during the summertime. I jog at nighttime. Usually 9 o'clock. Sometimes it goes into the 10 o'clock hour. Sometimes if I start later, I might even roll over into 11 o'clock, which, and I live in a relatively safe area, but you never know. So I like to bring this with me just in case, God forbid, I would have to use it to defend myself, or who knows what the situation might call for. Okay. Now what I was finding is that my hands were getting slippery when I was running. The sweat that would come down my arms, come into my hands, would kind of adversely affect the grip that I had on this knife. And of course I don't open it while I'm running. Okay, that would be stupid. But I could just feel. Okay, I usually carry it like this, fingers covering over the blade. It has no way of opening. And I could just feel that my fingers were slipping off that checkered in molded pattern that comes with the Benchmade Griptilian. So what I did was what people typically refer to as stippling. And let me show you the pattern I did real quick so I can get the thing to focus here. Okay, it kind of resembles like the bark of a tree. And really this isn't really doing it justice. It looks pretty good. I've had a lot of practice doing this. I've done it on a few different pistols that I own, a Smith & Wesson M&P, a Glock, did a Buddy's XD. Actually, I've done a few Glocks for different various people. And I've been pretty happy with the way that those stippling projects have turned out. I got a little bit of a technique down here. And basically what it did was provide a lot more traction than the standard Griptilian checkering did for me. Like I said, it's kind of rounded off, so when you start to sweat, your fingers will just slide right off it. It's really not as grippy as a lot of people proclaim that this knife actually is. With this, I did a kind of a, well, I guess it'd be vertical pattern if you're holding the knife this way. So when my fingers go across it, there's no slippage at all. Okay, even with wet hands or sweaty hands, the grip is, in my opinion, far superior to the one that actually comes with the Griptilian standard. Okay, and let me see if I can move it in a little closer there. A little fuzzy. You get the picture. Turned out pretty good. I was thinking about doing a very light up here because my finger, when you're holding the knife, your index pointer finger comes across and it's kind of plain edge, but I think I get enough gripability down here and with the jimping on the back side of the knife to where I don't need to touch the rest of the knife. It turned out pretty good. Way I did it was I took a piece of sandpaper and very lightly began to sand down all the checkering on the indentation of the knife there. Was very careful not to hit the outside parts of the plastic to scuff that up. I already got scuffs on it and stuff too because I use it a lot, but I just wanted to be careful. And then I went in with a very hot soldering iron and did my pattern. Then I touch it up with a little bit of sandpaper, and believe it or not, the rough edges, you come in with just a standard lighter, okay, and you burn off the edges like if you were burning the end of a rope, and it just kind of takes all that extra plastic that was hanging off and melts it back down into the handle. And it actually turned out really good. It looks very, very professional. Again, I'll show you one more time here. And as far as I'm concerned, enhances the grip tenfold. Again, you don't have that rounded checkering anymore where my hand could slip off. And like I said, chances are that I'm going to have to pull this out while my hands are sweaty are pretty slim, but you never know. And I wanted to make sure that if that time ever does come, that I'm actually prepared. Any of you that know anything about the GRIPtilian or the Axis lock from Benchmade, very easy to flick open. Very easy to close one-handed. Takes a little bit of practice, but 10 minutes and you're good. Like it's as fast as an automatic. Great knife. I feel like I made a great knife even better with this modification. If you got any comments or any questions, go ahead and leave it and I'll get back to you. Keep them positive, guys. Don't tell me I messed the knife up. This is my knife. I wanted to do with it what I wanted to do. And overall, it turned out pretty good. Like I said, I didn't mess up outside of the lines. It looks pretty good. And my purpose was purely functional with this. And as far as aesthetics, looks pretty good. It looks good. It feels good. And I think it's going to serve me well when I go running at night. Okay? Thanks, YouTube.